Carl Jung once said that the greatest danger to humanity is not out there in the world, but within ourselves. He called it the shadow. The shadow is not a monster hiding under your bed. It is a part of your own psyche, the side of you that you deny, repress, or simply refuse to acknowledge. It is made of all the impulses, desires, and traits you consider unacceptable. Why do we fear it? Because to look at the shadow means to confront truths about ourselves we'd rather bury. Aggression, envy, lust, weakness, selfishness. We label them "not me" and push them into the dark. But what we repress does not disappear. It waits, it grows, and sooner or later, it leaks out. In anger we can't control. In fears we don't understand. In projections where we suddenly hate in others exactly what we cannot accept in ourselves. Jung warned that when we ignore the shadow, we give it power. Whole societies, too, fall into this trap. Nations that deny their darkness project it onto enemies, scapegoats, or outsiders, creating endless cycles of conflict. On the personal level, ignoring the shadow keeps us divided inside, a false self on the surface, and a rejected self beneath it. But Jung also believed that the shadow is not just a threat, it is a gateway. Inside the shadow lies raw energy, creativity, vitality, even the missing pieces of our wholeness. To meet the shadow is to stop fearing yourself and begin to integrate. This doesn't mean acting out every impulse, but learning to recognize and own them. When you admit your aggression, you can channel it into courage. When you admit your envy, you can discover your ambition. What was once a source of shame becomes a source of strength. So why do we fear ourselves? Because we have forgotten that the darkness is not the enemy, but a mirror. And the one who dares to look into that mirror without turning away begins the real journey toward individuation, toward becoming whole. If you want more, subscribe.